Are you planning a trip to Lancaster County, Amish country in Pennsylvania, but not quite sure where to start? Well, I don't blame you. There are literally hundreds of activities and places to see and eat in this beautiful and delightful county, and it can be quite overwhelming to pick and choose. In this new video series, I'll be giving you my recommended itinerary for a whole week in Amish country. We're going to start in this video with Sunday, and then make a video for every day of the week. So I'm going to share with you my picks for each day of the week because there are literally different things to do each day. Some things are only offered on certain days. Some places are closed other days. So there is a strategy to having the perfect week in Lancaster, and we're going to try to figure out what that is. So we're starting with Sunday. I definitely recommend spending the whole day of Sunday in Lancaster County because of the things you're going to see. Yes, it's a slower day. It's the most challenging day to find things that are open, but there are plenty of things to do to keep you busy. And you're going to see a lot more buggies riding around in the morning and riding around at night. So that is a very good reason to come on Sunday. Okay, so let's get into our Sunday itinerary. So we're going to start the day off grabbing some coffee. You may have coffee in your hotel, or you might want to elevate your experience a bit by going to one of two places I'm suggesting. First, there is the Speckled Hen in Strasburg. It is a delightful cafe with really good homemade farm-to-table food and snacks, but also a lot of great choices for coffee. It's a really cute place, a really friendly, warm place, and it's a pretty good location. It's right in Strasburg, which, hint, hint, we're going to be spending a lot of time in this town today. So if you happen to be in the northern part, or northern-ish part of Lancaster County, I had not been here, but I've seen and heard good things about this place. It's called La Mattina Cafe in Leola. They're open at 7 a.m. on Sunday mornings. It's part of the Inn at Leola Village. I think this would be a really fun stop, and I look forward to trying this sometime soon. But those are two places you can stop for coffee if you want to on Sunday morning in Lancaster County. Okay, so after your coffee grab in the morning, I'm suggesting to take a nice long Sunday morning drive. It can be as long or short as you want it to be, but really you could spend a good hour, an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours just driving around Amish country for two reasons. First of all, it's beautiful and relaxing, and this is why we all come here for the most part. That and the food, most likely. But it is just such a good time to be out because it's not very busy. It's very slow paced. There's not a lot of people out and about, but there are a good amount of horse and buggies because if you're lucky, you're going to be visiting on a Sunday morning where they have church. So they have church every other Sunday, and they take turns hosting church in each other's homes. So it's different every Sunday, and then the off Sundays where they're not hosting church, they're out visiting. So Sunday is a great day to see buggies morning and evening, and we'll get into the evening part later. But it is fun to see the horse and buggies gathered and parked when they are hosting church, which is what you're going to see right here. I do have one more suggestion for your morning drive to stop at Dutch Haven when you're out and taking in the sights. Here at Dutch Haven, you can get a free sample of Shoofly Pie, a great little snack to hold you over till you get to your brunch destination. And it's just a fun kind of landmark in Lancaster County. You can check it off your list once you're there. Okay, so after your wonderful Sunday drive, you're hungry and you're ready to eat, I am suggesting to go to Hershey Farm Restaurant and have their Sunday morning brunch. It is a wonderful, great spread of both Lancaster County, Pennsylvania Dutch food, as well as some elevated dishes like steamed shrimp, like a fondue pot. They have a grill they can cook you made-to-order items. It is so good and so plentiful and a beautiful atmosphere. You're not going to be disappointed coming here for brunch because they have everything. They have breakfast items and lunch and dinner items, and the grill and the shrimp. It's a great place, and they have a big dessert bar, so you're going to get your fill here. This meal will for sure hold you over until dinner later. So eat up, enjoy the local flair, enjoy the great dishes, and just have a wonderful morning having a brunch. So after you're done eating the delicious meal at Hershey Farm, there are shops on property you can go over to. Just walk right down the hallway, and you have two shops to choose from. Great merchandise, great prices. I really like their shops, and they are open on Sundays, so it's another thing you can do while you're there. But then after all that, when you're all done, all that fun at Hershey Farm, it's time to head to the town of Strasburg. So the Strasburg Railroad has their typical rides every hour, usually from like 11 to 3 or 4 p.m. on the weekends. So you could head over there and do just a regular old train ride if you want. Or if you want to get into the nitty-gritty and see some cool stuff, you could do their shop tour that is 2 p.m. on Sundays. Here you're going to get like a behind-the-scenes tour of how they run the railroad and how they take care of their trains. All this should be booked ahead of time online, but that is something else I would recommend if you're a big train person. Do the shop tour too, or a train ride. And I'm going to try to shove as much stuff into one day as possible. You can pick and choose what you want to do, but this is all the stuff that is available and close by this area. So one of the challenges of making the perfect itinerary, whether it's a one-day trip or a week-long trip, is timing. So Lancaster County is a very big county. The goal I have in this itinerary, in this perfect week, is to do things in clusters. So you're doing like the Strasburg area one day, Birdham another, the Leola, Mount Joy, or Ephrata area a different time. Because if you jump around all those places in one day, you're going to be driving a lot, which if you like to drive and see the country, it's actually not a bad idea. But if you want to get the most done and try to use that time as wisely as you can, it's good to kind of plan each area, different days. So we're going to try that as well in this week-long itinerary. So basically right across the street is the Railroad Museum of Pennsylvania. That's another great thing to do today if you want to go inside and look at some big, huge displays of trains and actual trains and learn some cool history about it. This is also a good indoor activity in case it is raining or something the day you're there. But just down the street is what I actually want to recommend to you, and that is the Choo Choo Barn. The Choo Choo Barn is a big miniature train layout, and it has a ton of Pennsylvania nods to it, a ton of Lancaster nods to it. There's actually an Amish barn raising on the display. It's just very, very cool and very, very fun. You can do a scavenger hunt. It is just amazing. It's huge. It's been around a long time. It's a special thing to do, and you could probably get in and out there half an hour, 45 minutes. It's a fun little stop to really add to your Pennsylvania, Lancaster County fun. So if you got to do all that train stuff and you're still ready for more, I would also suggest going down just the road a bit to Village Greens Miniature Golf. It is a beautiful and spacious and very nature-oriented golf course. They actually have two courses here. One is literally in nature with waterfalls and paths and trees and bushes and flowers. It's just gorgeous. It's really in the natural landscape of the place. And the other course is more traditional with the props and the fun things that you would typically see in a miniature golf course. But it's a really special miniature golf course and a lot of fun. One of my family's favorite things to do in Lancaster. If you're not into miniature golf, want to do something different besides that, I recommend going to either the Amish Village right down the street on Hartman Bridge Road or the Amish Farm and House along Route 30. These are Amish culture, tourist, educational experiences. So they're going to have a Amish house type place on each property. Some are going to have other things like a schoolhouse and a barn and some farm equipment, and you're going to see how the Amish live. There is a tour guide that gives you a lot of information, talks about the Amish and the culture, and Lancaster County Amish specifically. And it's a really great way to learn about the Amish culture and learn about Lancaster County if you have not done it before. So by the time you're done all that, you're probably going to be hungry again. And so what I'm going to suggest to you for Sunday evening is to head just down the street, past the Strasburg Railroad, and go to Casey Jones Restaurant at the Red Caboose Motel. This is a really fun stop. So not only are you going to get a dinner inside a train car, the whole thing is train themed, but you're going to be able to walk around the property and see some really cool things too. Now, side note, if you do come to this restaurant during the day, the train does go by every hour, and so that's a really fun thing to see. It goes right by on the way to Paradise and comes back through to the station, so you see it twice when you are eating here. So if you come during the day, lunchtime, or a late breakfast, you will see the train. This is the evening time, so you're not going to see the train, but you're going to see a really fun property and have a really fun meal inside a really fun train-themed restaurant. The train cars are literally what the restaurant is offering you. You're sitting in a train car eating a fun dinner. It's good. It's like a diner kind of style restaurant with the kind of food you expect at a diner. So by the time you're done dinner, the sunset's not too far away. So this is another time I really suggest hitting the road, driving around. You're going to see some beautiful sights with the sun setting. It's going to be gorgeous. There's a beautiful view around every corner, honestly. And also you may see a lot more buggies as well out visiting. You might even see a whole bunch gathered for like a youth gathering. So there are definitely some sights to see on a Sunday. So there is my almost perfect Sunday I recommend to you. These are fun things to do on a Sunday. It is a challenging day because a lot of things are closed, a lot of restaurants are closed, a lot of tourism is closed. However, there are still things that are open, and this is the day you want to hit those spots so that it frees up your time the rest of the week. So Strasburg is a great place to be on a Sunday because almost everything is open, and then the rest of the week you have more freedom to do different things. I have a few more suggestions for Sunday activities in case you want to swap some of these that I've already suggested. So one thing is there is a National Toy Train Museum right down the road from the Red Caboose Motel. and Casey Joe's restaurant, literally right behind it. And that's a really cool place too that has a lot of beautiful miniature toy train displays. It's just a gorgeous place, well taken care of. Many different kinds of displays. Just a really cool place to go. And it also is indoors in case you want to spend more time indoors. And if you didn't like the idea of eating at Casey Jones restaurant for some reason, if you're up for another smorgasbord, if one big brunch was not enough for you, you want another all-you-can-eat place, Miller's is open on Sundays. And so Miller's has a wonderful, delicious spread. It is one of the favorites in Lancaster County by locals and visitors alike. They have very high quality food, very well run. They have some gift shops as well on the property. Guaranteed delicious meal. Miller's will always give you a delicious meal. They also do have steamed shrimp. In case you didn't get enough steamed shrimp in the morning at Hershey Farm, you can go get some more steamed shrimp at Miller's. So that is another option for a Sunday dinner. So you have two very different choices between Casey Jones Restaurant and Miller's Smorgasbord. There also are some buggy rides if you want to do a horse and buggy tour. That's another available thing on a Sunday too. So I hope you enjoyed all that, and definitely give me your opinions about what you think. So I tried to make it the best I could for a Sunday. It just depends on what you really like to do. I like to be active. I like to do things that are very hands-on and informative. So I love learning. I love trying new things. I love eating. So I try to include all that in there and trying something new. So this is what I came up with for Sunday. So let me know what you think and what you would do differently or what you love about this. I'd love to know what you're thinking and what you think about Sundays in Lancaster, because I love them. They're one of my favorite days, honestly. I just love Sundays there. It's just so quintessential Amish country. So you're wondering why I'm dressed down this sweatshirt today. I just gotta show you why, because I'm pretty excited. So, new merch. I got this from the channel. This is Lancaster Amish country with the big heart. So this is available on the channel. Just had to give a little bit of a prop to that, a little shout out. So thanks for watching and enjoy your next Sunday adventure, hopefully in Lancaster.